All right, what's up, everybody? This is Davion, one of the founders of Shot Tracker, and we're here for one of the best campaigns that's been anticipated by the Shot Tracker users. So, ladies, why don't you say what's up to everybody?
Everybody.
Hey.
All right, we got Nneka and Shanae, and what I'll do is I'll give them a little bit of rundown about the program, but then we'll just get started talking about some questions, talking about the program, talking about the awesome season you guys have had individually, and then we'll go from there. So for those of you who haven't done a program with us before, use your shot tracker, you track your shots. This program is 2 weeks, 2 sisters, 2,000 shots. It ends Sunday, October 2nd. And if you complete all 2,000 shots, you get entered in to win a couple signed jerseys. The top 2 players putting up the most shot attempts will win a pair of Nike shoes of their choice. The 2 players with the next highest field goal attempts receive a basketball and shot tracker gear of their choice. We won't have a final hangout like we normally do, but we'll notify the winners within social, within the app. So make sure to follow us at Get Shot Tracker on Twitter, Shot Tracker on IG, and also Shot Tracker on Facebook. So that's the logistics of the program. Now let's get into the sweet stuff and talk to the ladies. So first of all, I want to thank you guys for joining us. I want to talk a little bit about the season you both had. You guys have had really good years. Shanae, you had a great comeback year. Nneka, you're shooting lights out. Tell us a little bit about, why don't we start with you first, Nneka? Tell us a little bit about the season and how the season went and your excitement about what you guys are going to potentially do in the playoffs.
I mean, the season started off really well. We tied a record, a WNBA record, which was awesome. And we put ourselves in a great position to get a double bye with the new playoff format. So we won't be playing till Wednesday, and we get to start off with series play, which is always really, really good, especially with how well people came out of the break playing. We didn't come out so well playing from the break, but I think we did a good job of regrouping towards the end. And right now we're practicing, and practice is looking good. So we're ready to start playing.
That's exciting. That's really exciting. So Shanae, tell us a little bit about, you had a great comeback year after an injury, worked hard. Tell us a little bit about your year.
Yeah, well, our season didn't really start as well as the Sparks. We were in a little bit of a struggle bus, but we came out after Olympic break with our, guns blazed, and we made a push for the playoffs. Maybe next year. But more personally, microfracture, it's a tough surgery. It's a tough injury, especially with basketball. People think it's like taboo, like can you rebound from microfracture? So to be able to have another healthy season was really important for me. That was the ultimate goal for this season for me, to just be healthy and to compete. And I'm proud to say, I feel like I'm back. It took a while, and I had a really great support of my teammates. I had support of my sister. There are some dark days, I'm telling you. There's some dark days when it was difficult. But, it's a mental and physical journey. So I'm just lucky to still be playing the game I love.
Yeah, no, it's an emotional roller coaster. And I think you're a testament to, all the athletes who get hurt and did all the right things to get back. So kudos. That's very exciting.
Thanks,
now,
Steve.
When we said we were doing this campaign with you guys, we said we're going to ask questions. And I'm not kidding you. I got a list of questions. People got a lot of questions for you guys. So what I'm going to do is we'll talk some shop, we'll talk some game. But then what I'm going to do is just ask some questions so that people can, hear a little bit about you guys via these questions. And then you got a lot of fans that are out there. So I'm going to ask, this question is from Abby Augustine 1. And her question is that, and I'll ask it of both of you, what age did you start getting scholarship offers? Because, you guys went to Stanford, right? That's a prestigious school, great program. So her question is, what age did you guys start getting scholarship offers?
I think I got my first scholarship offer when I was, I think, in my AAU year of 14 and under. I think that's 14, 15 and under is kind of when I started getting scholarship offers. I didn't start playing till I was 11. So, it took a few years of development before I started getting looks, it was awesome,
Yeah.
You realize that you can go to school and it can be paid for. You can still play basketball. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's awesome. What about you, Shanae?
Well, I don't know about scholarship offers. I think people took note that, her little sister is tall too. So keep eyes on her. But yeah, Nneka's serious offers came like when she was like 15, 16. And it's crazy because when she started playing, you know, she couldn't really catch the ball. She couldn't really shoot the ball. She couldn't really dribble the ball. Basically all the essentials. But I think our parents gave us a good reward system. They're like, Nneka, just get rebounds. And then from there, Nneka make right-handed layups, left-handed layups. Yeah. And so as she was learning, I was learning, which was really cool. And then obviously her athleticism is like through the roof, still to this day. So I think that really separated her growing up. And then me just trying to play catch up and keep up. Allowed me to be in a good position to get a scholarship too.
You know, one of the things that, you know, I think about when I think about you guys as family, because every time we have a conversation, you always talk about your parents and, you know, the bond that you guys have. But there's got to be some knock down, drag out in the driveway, going after it games. You know, tell us about that sister camaraderie, and, you know, how do you guys use that to motivate each other?
You know, I think growing up, I kind of started playing. I started playing first, and so I was a bit of the guinea pig. You know, I was always thrown into different situations, especially anything that had to do with unfamiliar territory. So I started playing, and, you know, my plan was kind of like, okay, where can this really take us? And then eventually my sisters all started playing, and I got to play with Shanae in college. It's always kind of been more of a collaborative camaraderie rather than a competitive.
Cool.
No driveway battles.
Yeah.
Come on. All right. You guys will tell me about those after, because there had to be 1 or 2 driveway battles.
This is Nneka versus the rest of us.
This is like really intense game of horse, but that was just about it.
Or pig.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's take another question. I want to try to we've got so many questions. I want to try to get as many of those in.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, this one is pretty controversial, and you can tell me if you want to pass about it. But Jeremy Tash asked this question: as leaders of the WNBA, what do you guys think of teams players taking a stand for social justice? I like that he didn't bring up, you know, too controversial, but he just asked about social justice. So feel free to answer this however you feel comfortable.
Nneka's on the WNBA PA Players Association, so she's really in the mix with everyone's voices. So I think it's you know.
Oh, I mean, I see no problem with it, honestly. Yeah. I think that it's even great because a lot of the athletes we see, even outside of the WNBA, in every league, people are taking a stand, and we have this platform. Whether we like it or not, people see us, see what we do on and off the court, and we're role models.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for us to understand that we're not just statistics. Yeah. We're not just what you see in the box score or on the scoreboard. And it's always great to have role models that are athletes also share their voice. And even more so collectively, as you saw what we did in the WNBA. This past summer, it was interesting, you know, with all of the things that are going on in our world. There's so many bigger things that are going on. And for us to take that moment to let people know how we feel about it and that we stand together, I think it's very important for athletes to do that.
Yeah, it's great, you know, as a team. I mean, I bet that bond brings you guys closer together too, especially when it comes down time for, you know, for game time. So that's pretty cool. All right. So this one's about your workout routines. You guys are in shape. You guys are elite athletes. So the question is from Christina614. How do you guys stay in top shape? Do you stick with the same fitness routines? Do you switch it up?
Yeah, I think routine is key for professional athletes to wake up, to give your body some kind of stability. So like for us, we know that we have practice, but outside of practice, we have to get treatment, you know, to make sure we stay healthy. And then on top of that, we have strength and conditioning programs where we stay in shape so that, say one game you don't play a lot, you want to be ready for the next game so you won't get winded. And then obviously for me, like coming off an injury, my goal was to be lighter so that, you know, my bones don't feel it as much. But that sort of sacrifices strength. So you have to find a balance. Each athlete knows what their strengths are. I have a point guard on my team, and her strength is her stability and her stamina, and she can go up and down. But for me, it's like I know I can't eat Jack in the Box or McDonald's or Taco Bell the night before the game because I know I'll feel it the next day. Yeah. So you find your routine, you stay on it. As a professional, it's on you to take care of yourself. You know, your job is to just show up for practice and the games and to do your job during that time frame. But outside of that, you have to commit to the routine, both strength and conditioning.
Yeah, that's real. So now there's this balance, right, between, you know, the routine and then trying to shock your body with different workouts to if you start plateauing. You know, NECA, maybe you could talk a little bit about that from that side of things.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times, especially now, this young generation, a lot of people are thinking that, oh, you know, if I can shoot the three, that's all it really takes.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, but it's not really all it takes. You really have to put the time in. You know, there's a reason why Clay is shooting the way he shoots, and it's not even just set shots. Like, he can shoot when his body comes from any type of positioning, any type of cut from the court, and that takes repetition. But more so when it comes to developing a routine as an athlete and as a professional, it takes determination, motivation, and responsibility. And sometimes monotony is your friend.
Yeah.
It's your friend. Like, you can definitely switch it up, but you really have to be a master of your craft. You have to know what you're good at, and if you sharpen what you're good at, that will become second nature, and then that will allow you to expand your game in other ways.
Yeah, it becomes natural, right? You don't even think about it.
No.
Well, I love that. I mean, you guys are so much of an inspiration to young girls growing up playing sports. You know, that was one of the things that we thought about when we wanted to partner with you guys, because you guys are at the top of your game. You're an inspiration, and you know, we're excited about young female athletes being able to see, you know, you guys executing, making it happen. So again, kudos.
Thank you.
It's awesome stuff. All right, more questions. I'm gonna skip some of these. Let's see here. All right, this one's a good one. Very aspirational. This one is from LH. I think it's Jaeger, Jager. You both have accomplished so much at such a young age. What goals do you hope to achieve in the future?
I think we've been lucky. We've been blessed to play basketball and for it to take us places. NECA's in Los Angeles. I'm in Connecticut, which is obviously the most poppin' city. But I just think more so basketball is a huge platform for us. And our heritage is Nigeria. And we're very passionate about spreading the game, spreading our love for the game around the world, honestly. So when we play, we don't just play, like you said, for the stats or for the numbers. We play that so that young girls can have opportunities, not just, you know, in the United States, but then also so far in Africa or wherever, you know, whoever's tuning in through opportunities like this. So, yeah, I think our goal, but then we also have some fun goals. I mean, as sisters, we've always prided ourselves to go hard on the court and go hard off the court. Like, NECA is super passionate about fashion and music. And me, I'm more so like into, you know, the scandal mode, government and stuff like that, and world events and politics. So we sort of fuse what makes us different and attack it together. And just see where those passions really take us.
That's that Stanford athlete coming out right there. I love it.
Air Nation.
Hey, you know, so we've got one of our marketing guys, community manager. He's from Nigeria also. So he's always like, anytime he sees you guys, like, Nigeria. So hopefully you guys will be in the office soon, so you get to meet Jonathan. But he's a big fan. He's a big supporter also. This one comes from Eric Damon _short. Derek Tall. His question is, what do you think is the biggest difference between the college and the pros? The WNBA seems to have more up-tempo style of play, is his statement. What do you guys think about that?
You know, it's funny. I think the game is evolving. And one thing that a lot of people could pride themselves on when it came to women's basketball, even in college, was the fundamental nature of the game. I do think, though, that the WNBA is fusing fundamentals with athleticism and talent and skill. And so that might be a little bit of a shock for people coming in to the WNBA. When they see it on TV, they're like, oh, you know, I can get it. But in reality, when you're playing, it's such a difference. And I always tell people if you want to become a WNBA fan, you have got to come to a game.
Absolutely.
You have to come and see it live because it's very different from watching it on television. And I think that the evolution of the skill that we're seeing coming out with each class is definitely adding to the progress of the league. And I mean, it's just the beginning. This is 20 years. So I expect to see at least 20 more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, that's good stuff. All right, we got one from Patty Mills, and it's
Patty Mills.
Patty is this handle. Now I know this kid, and this kid is playing in college, and actually he was in our gym all summer shooting. I think he's back in Southern Illinois or something like that, but he's got some game. His question is, how would you describe the sacrifice it takes to be great on and off the court?
Well, the sacrifice it takes to be great. It takes a lot of dedication, but even more so, it takes a lot of focus, which is why I'm super in awe of her, because the season she's having right now, she's literally, I read an article, and I can do that now because I'm out of the playoffs and I have plenty of time. But I read an article where she, in the history of the game of basketball, she's shooting the best percentage ever. And obviously, that got to do with the little sleeve, the shot tracker, that got to help.
Yeah,
but
there you go.
More so, I think that it just is crazy how the game is changing. Like she said, it's more versatile, and you have to work on your weaknesses and stuff like that. But more importantly, it's the focus, it's the determination that you have to have from when you're in high school to when you're in college. You have to be smart about what you do. Homework is always important. You have to take care of your academics, obviously, to give yourself good opportunities. But you really can't be distracted. There are a lot of sacrifices that we've made. I mean, we don't see our family that often. Neck is in LA. I'm in Connecticut. My younger sisters, they're in Houston with, my mom. They play at Rice. My dad works in Nigeria. So we can't just get up and leave our lives just, for the sake of leaving. We have responsibilities. And to be the best athlete, we really have to commit to it, despite, our longing to see each other, or, you might miss out on social events your friends have because you want to get rest for the game the next day. Yeah. So it comes with sacrifices, but the rewards are also great. You feel like you're becoming the best athlete you can possibly be. So yeah, we make sacrifices, but we help each other through it.
All right, we're gonna have a couple fun questions here. This person is talking about somebody has an obsession with Chipotle.
It's not an obsession.
Oh my goodness!
I'm just reading the question.
Is it somebody as in her? Because I feel like I'm equally in love with Chipotle, but she sort of broadcasts it more.
Okay, and this is not a commercial for Chipotle. I just want you guys to know nobody's getting paid for talking about Chipotle. But this person says, sounds like you have an obsession for Chipotle. And it's funny, I don't know if you saw it, but they even had like a Mariah Carey gif on there. So the question is, why are you so obsessed?
Well, one, it's not an obsession.
It's real love.
It's a healthy relationship. So that person already doesn't know what they're talking about because they're referring to it as an obsession.
I think there's two things, though. First of all, it's college friendly. So when we're at Stanford and you want a quick and good meal and you don't want to break the bank, Chipotle's right there.
And you get that brown rice. You get that Chipotle bowl, huh?
But secondly, it's sort of like the new take on a salad. It's not like as boring as lettuce and dressing, but then it's also not too crazy where you feel like you can't practice after you eat it. So, I mean, I still can't practice after I eat it.
Yeah, but that's like 6 hours before the game. Like I can't.
If I ate it 6 hours before the game, I'd still be like,
no.
Yeah. Didn't we eat it? So there was one time in high school, we had practice and we both ate Chipotle right before the game.
No, but that was the only time we ever had a burrito.
Oh, was it a burrito?
That was the problem.
Okay, we had a burrito and we were like, "Oh, this is good." And I remember looking at her like during the middle of the game, like, "Are you feeling it?" No. And we were feeling it. No more hot salsa. It was
never.
All right.
It's the best anytime meal.
All right, this was another one from Reed Wilkinson, and I'm keeping a couple of these light. How do you eat your Oreos?
I don't eat Oreos.
We don't eat Oreos.
Okay, that's good. We keep it moving. Sorry, Reed.
And that's not because we're health freaks, but I really just don't like Oreos.
And we our mom never bought us Oreos as kids.
No, we were more Pop-Tart kids.
You were a Pop-Tart kid.
Toaster strudel.
I was like fruit.
You guys are funny. All right, let's see. This is Jack Coop 1. And this question is for Shanae. Shanae, and you may have touched on this a little bit. What was the toughest thing coming back from the ACL injury?
Oh, yeah. The toughest thing is that it didn't happen because I had microfracture.
Microfractures, right. That's my fault. I'm just reading the question here.
It's all good. I mean, a lot of people think since I was out for a season that it was ACL because that happens to so many basketball players.
Yeah.
But it was microfracture. And the thing that was hard about it, it's the mental thing. Because people like Penny Hardaway and Amari Stoudemire had microfracture surgery, and they say that maybe they weren't as good as they were afterward. So I think NECA knows, my family knows, Allison, my friend and agent, she knows the struggle I had mentally to be like, am I going to make it through this? Like, I had to learn how to walk again. I had to learn how to run again. I had to learn how to dribble while walking and dribble while running, and shoot the ball again because I had been away for so long, which is similar to ACL. But the thing is, it's more so the stigma of microfracture that's so difficult that you mentally have to be like, you know what? The doctor did his job. He did his thing. You have to take control of the rehab process. It's not about the surgery. It's how dedicated you are to rehabbing, to strengthening your quads, to working on your conditioning, to coming in lighter so you give your bones lighter, pressure and stuff like that. It was hard. It's honestly the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my, 24 years. But I honestly tell people that adversity, doesn't build character. It reveals it. And I feel like the person that emerges after an injury is stronger than they've ever been before. So
that's deep. That's deep right there. That's real deep.
Think about it. Trust me.
Yeah. All right. So this is a cool one from Cam the Maker. And I'm going to put a little twist on this. Did you guys play other sports growing up? And how important do you think it is for kids to either focus on one sport or play multiple sports from what you've seen?
Yeah, we both played volleyball growing up. And quite frankly, if it wasn't up to the time constraint, I probably would have tried playing volleyball in college.
She was a beast.
But I think that it's essential early on for kids not to hone in on just one sport. You can dabble in all different types of, not even just sports, but extracurricular activities and really figure out what you're good at and what you enjoy. Because a lot of times it's more so about what you enjoy. If you're not really good at it, but you enjoy it, you might get better. Like I wasn't good at basketball when I first started, but I liked it enough to keep doing it. And a lot of times you can just really kind of figure out what you enjoy, what you're good at, and then as you get older, figure out what you want to stick with.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's good advice. I mean, I would have to agree with you. I think when you play other sports, it actually works some of these muscles that the muscles that you do in one sport is not the muscle that you're going to work with the other sport, or the stamina, so I mean, I think it's really important also. I couldn't agree more. All right, I've got we can go on for hours, but we want to be sensitive to your time. So we'll add probably about 2 or 3 more questions and then get it done. Okay, so for each of you, what songs, this is from Sarah_Subloski, Sublousky. What songs get you pumped up before a big game, and what's your pregame ritual?
Songs that get me pumped up. I mean, I'm sort of into this whole Niger music mode, so I'm always listening to Niger music. But if it's not Niger music, which is Nigerian music, I don't know. I have a pretty good playlist. Beyonce is always good. Formation, I know, right? Who else do I listen? I'm more of an R&B smooth listener. So if I'm trying to get ready for a game, I really don't listen to music actually. I sort of meditate, just stay quiet, relax.
In the zone. What about you, Nneka?
Well, pregame ritual, the only thing that I have to do is I just have to shower before I get into my jersey. That's really the only thing I have to do.
Really?
Yeah, that's everything else can be, up to variable. It really doesn't matter. But as far as music, it's a lot of times it has to do with my mood. Right now I'm on a lot of Chance the Rapper. So I'm listening to No Problems, Angels, Blessings. He has a lot of good music out. That's
all right. That's a good one. All right, and then okay, this is a good one. Tyne Curtin. What's it like when you guys have to play against each other in games? What's that feeling like?
In one word, I would have to say it's awkward. Yeah, the first time it was so stressful just because we had so much until we started playing, because we had so much family and all that other stuff. First time playing against each other.
There's a lot of media behind it.
A lot of media. But when we started playing, we're like, wow, that was the most chill 40 minutes we've had in the past 2 days, the build up.
You kind of forget that.
I know. Well, no, okay, so what had happened was we both did the tip, and of course she won the tip because she has more bunnies than me. And so we're running back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm running back because I have to guard her. Like, Nneka, I can't believe this is happening. And she didn't even see me. She was just in full game mode, blah, blah. I was like, oh my God, I have to play. And I'll never forget, she got the ball the first time, and she posted me up and did her little turnaround shot and scored. I was like, it's going to be a long night if I don't figure out how to tame her, which I couldn't.
It could be my grandma.
She does not care who it is. She does not care. It could be
that's that killer right there. That's awesome. So, Nneka, I mean, one of the things I'm excited about the success you both had. And, I'd have people text me, when you went on that streak, I don't know, one game you were 7 for 7, and then you continued it. It was what is it, 23 or how many was it? You were about 100%.
Oh, yeah, made field goals in a row. It was 22, 23.
I thought it was 23, right? So what was that feeling like? I mean, as a basketball player, you probably weren't even thinking about it. You were just probably thinking about getting it done. But, you know, I mean, that's got to be a great sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really realize it until after the game. Well, it was.
You looked at your phone and you saw my text.
Yeah, and like I remember after the Dallas game, my teammate looked at her phone and she was like, "Nneka, you were 12 for 12," and I was like, "Oh, I was." And then like my first reaction was like, "I thought I missed a shot." Like I was like, "No, I wasn't 12."
And I think
12.
I put about 1,000 fire emojis in her. Like,
yeah. It was cool. It was really cool. I mean, it's aside from the accomplishment itself, it's always great to see the people that are happy for you. You know, you don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of what I play for. I play for the intangibles. You know, the things that people don't see in the box score. So it's always great to celebrate those types of moments with my teammates, and so I'm ready to celebrate another one in a month. I'm excited.
I like it. I like it. Well, we'll be hoping, supporting you here. I'm going to try to come out and catch a game, do some support. I know Christina's like, dude, when are you coming out? So I'm going to make sure that I'm come out, catch a game. And, you know, we're supporting you from the Shot Tracker side. We wish you guys the best. You guys are awesome. I'll let you know, any aspiring words you want to give the Shot Tracker community before we sign off? You know, a little bit of inspiration for the preseason 2K.
Yeah, actually, I'll just give them my favorite quote. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So just keep that.
My quote, if you have a purpose and a passion, you are unstoppable. So we're all unstoppable here.
Man, I'm going to have to take these down. You guys are like spitting knowledge over here. How about you guys? When you guys come to my house, I'm going to have that up on my room.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, sorry, Nneka and Shanae.
Oh my goodness.
Well, hey, it was, look, I want to thank you guys. It was fun. It was fun hanging with you in the NBA All-Star Weekend, Shanae. And then thanks, Nneka, for coming out to the LA Dodgers stuff. That was really cool. Great to see you. We had a good time. And you guys are awesome. We really appreciate you. And thanks for being part of the Shot Tracker family. So, you know, everybody at Shot Tracker, make sure to get your 2,000 shots up. You got a couple weeks. I'm going to be doing it. I wish it started last week because I've been shooting about 200 to 300 shots a day. We got a son now, so I'll pick them up after work. You know, but thank you guys so much. And anything else you guys want to say before we sign off?
No, thank you, Shot Tracker.
Thank you.
All right. We love having you guys part of the family. Take care.
Thanks.